Welcome back to our Cowboys Season of Change special. Our countdown of the greatest moments of the Cowboys season continues now with one of the signature moments of Dak Prescott's sensational season.
I had dreams of playing in Lambeau Field, I guess and always you want to win.
Dak Prescott made his dream come true at the historic stadium in October. The rookie quarterback engineered a 5-play, 97-yard touchdown drive that took only 33 seconds.
Snap to Dak, looking right, fade, right side of the end zone, touchdown!
Prescott's 20-yard TD pass to Bryce Butler helped the Cowboys seize momentum on their way to a 30-16 win. The impressive drive, one of the best examples of the poise the rookie quarterback possesses, and is the 8th greatest moment. Dak Prescott has always looked comfortable no matter the pressure around him. And this month, the Cowboys rookie quarterback opened up about his personal life in a couple of different ways. Prescott receiving quite an ovation when he joined the Inside the Huddle taping at the House of Blues following the regular season finale earlier this month. In Prescott's Finish the Fight video on DallasCowboys.com, he talked about the challenge and lessons he learned from losing his mother to cancer. Earlier this month, Prescott was asked what his mom's biggest critique would be about his record-setting season in which he threw 23 touchdowns and only 4 interceptions.
Ooh, 4 interceptions.
Yes.
Yeah, she didn't do well with interceptions. I'd come home from practice and tell her I threw an interception in practice, and she'd say, "Why are we practicing that?"
Okay. So I heard a story that you won't even toss a defensive player football at practice.
Not at all. Some of the guys, they try to give me sometimes, and I'll put it on the ground and roll it to them, but that's creating bad habits.
That's awesome, man. I love that.
Prescott says he has a lot to prove. He does not shy away from the expectations. Prescott explains that the fact that he wasn't drafted until the 4th round has given him inspiration to succeed.
Just going to the draft day. I'm a guy, I think highly of myself. I think highly of my abilities, and it comes from the hard work and all the work I've put into get in this position I am. My love and my passion for the game of football. So I think the only person satisfied on draft day is the guy who goes number 1. Everybody else thinks they should be number 1, right. And I felt the same way. But to sit there and not go on the first day, it was okay. I figured I'd go on the second day. I just knew for a fact I'd go on day 2 between round 2 and 3. And then to watch that round pass and to watch 7 or 8 guys get drafted before me, I've always played with a chip on my shoulder. But at that moment, that chip just was growing and growing. And in a way you want to say it pisses you off.
It should.
Exactly. And that's just the competitor in me. Yeah. So every day now, it was a privilege, and it was a blessing. It was well worth the wait to get drafted to the team I grew up loving, my family's favorite team, the Dallas Cowboys, so it was all worth the wait. But it allows me each and every day to come into the facility, go into the Star, and prove myself, not just on Sundays, but Monday through Saturday, and prove myself in everything that I do that they shouldn't have passed on me.
And you can see why he's so likable. Randy White, Dave Campo, Keith Russell. Keith, what impresses you the most about Dak?
His stick-to-itiveness. I'm going to use the word stick-to-itiveness. And what I saw in that playoff game was a guy who could have crumbled. He did not start sharp. The Cowboys did not start sharp as a team. He ended up throwing that interception on that down-the-line screen. That could have broke him. But nothing broke the kid all season long. And when I look at the future of my franchise and my franchise quarterback, I want a guy who never gives up, because I think that's just as important as talent. And when you look at the greatest quarterbacks to play this game, they never give up, and he has that quality.
Well, it does, and the great players, they think they're the ones got to make the play, and there's not a play they can't make. Just those few comments that he said with that got a chip on your shoulder, I've said that forever. If you don't walk out there thinking you're the baddest, best person to ever play this game, then you don't need to go out there. Not cocky, but confident.
Again, can we get you suited up? I'm serious. Now, you got me fired up here.
That's contagious to other players.
You know, the one thing that people don't understand is not only is his ability to do all those things, but, you know, the great players, they work their tails off. And he works his tail off. When he's out there, I've watched a few practices. When he's out there, he is working like it's a Super Bowl. I liken it back to Michael Irvin. You know, Michael Irvin was the hardest working player that we had back when I was here. And it's like every play, he's getting ready for the next Super Bowl. And that's the way Dak is in practice.
And that story you told, I'm going to share it right now, that Dak came up to you and knew who you were, and he was 5 years old when you were coaching, and he came up and said hello to you. That just tells you he's not just out there playing. He's a student of the game. He knows the history of the Dallas Cowboys. He's a Cowboy guy through and through.
And you also said that he showed that he was not intimidated by anybody.
Well,
he
right.
just walked up. You said when you were a rookie, what'd you say?
I was scared to death everybody walked in there. I was.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have walked up to a head coach and said, hey, coach, here I am. No, I would have never done that.
So, Coach, is there a big adjustment going into the second year? What teams will do, maybe adjusting to his game after studying him all off season?
They had a good chance to look at him the whole year, and
they still couldn't figure it out.
That's right. Every single game, we would sit there and say, okay, now here's the big test. It's the Pittsburgh Steelers in Pittsburgh. Here's the next best big test, and he handled all of them. This guy has got a special talent, and that's his poise, confidence, and his ability to execute under pressure. And I think that's going to be the key. And I don't think, as long as he's got players around him, then he's going to execute the same, whether it's this year, next year, 5 years from now. I don't think he's still going to learn, but he's got a chance to be special.
All right, up next here on A Season of Change, the one player who never seems to change. Some wit and wisdom next.